Right. So let me go back to my Eclipse. Hope you tried on your machine and got a basic idea. If not, I'll explain you now detail. Now switch to dot frame. Now do we have frame ID so that we can pass it here? So let's go back and check. So that's up to developers. Sometimes they may define frame ID and sometimes they don't define. If they define, it's cakewalk for us. I can just pass that ID into this frame argument and that's it. And it will automatically switch to that frame. But here, unfortunately, that ID is not provided. Only just class is provided. Okay, so one way is ruled out. So you cannot automate this with the help of ID. So still we have two options available. One is web element and one is by index. So it's easy for us to find this frame with web element, right? So finding with web element in the sense we need to tell to Selenium to come here. It's easy, right? We have class. I can say find element by dot class name demo frame. So automatically control comes here, right? So we will pass the web element into this frame object so that control comes and identify this frame. So I'll say driver dot find element by dot, let's say class name. Yeah, because class name is good. Or we can also give CSS. So CSS works better in this case. It's up to you what you give. Let's try with CSS because we have used ID, XPath in the recent times, but not CSS. So how to get that CSS? So tag name iframe dot class. If you want to get a CSS for the specific web element locator, you can form the CSS by just saying tag name dot class name. That's it. It will form as one CSS. Or you can do in a fashion like what we do in general, like tag name, creating customized CSS. Class equals to, it's up to you how you do. So based upon your convenience, demo frame, right? Demo frame. Perfect. So we are saying that switch to this element with the CSS selector iframe. I think one more. Right. So now this step, after this step execution, control comes inside this frame. And now when you say dot click, it should not throw any error. Let's check it out. Run as Java application. So by default, Selenium cannot identify all these frames. I think script got failed. Let's see why. Unable to locate element with class. Oops, frame spelling is wrong. It's FRAME. Right. If it is live interaction, you guys may tell me that hey, that's mistake, but I need to identify it with an error. Cool. So you see that there is no error. It just clicked on it, but there is no action. If you just click, nothing happens. So we did not see any drag, but it identified. Now, just to make sure to have a proper validation, I'll bring the drag and drop concept here of actions, which I told I'll do that in frame. Okay, so I want to now drag and drop this object into this box. That can be achievable with the help of actions class. Okay, so to perform this, we need to switch to frames, and we have done that step successfully. Okay, so that's the reason I have put this concept pending. To explain this, I need to tell what is frames first. So that's the reason I have stopped there, and now it's right time to discuss of dragging and dropping here. Okay, so let's go back again with action class, create an action. Actions A equals to new actions driver interactions sorry, right. Now A2 say dot, now we need to drag and drop, right? dr, you see that drag and drop, it takes two arguments. From source you need to drag and drop it into target. So how Selenium knows what is source and what is target? You need to provide that in the form of web elements, just like this. So in source you need to pass the web element of this box, and in the destination you need to pass the web element of this box, so that Selenium understands and drag from source and pulls out in the destination, right? So a dot drag and drop source comma target. So the first of all I will declare web elements before the test so that it's easy for us. Web element source dot find element by dot id, right? Oh, this is the one. I can simply copy, which we have already taken in the earlier lecture. Move your mouse and import that. This is source, and now we want target also. Copy the same, and this time target. Now go back to your Firefox and see the target ID. Again, just inspect it. Inspect box, and this time it is droppable. Copy this ID and place it here. Perfect. So now source web element is this and target is this. Once it dragged and dropped, with action class you need to build this action, right? Dot build. After building it you need to execute. Dot perform. That's it. You can comment out this click step, not required. So first of all we have switched to this class frame, and then we are doing this drag and droppable with the help of actions class. Let's see that. Run as Java application, click on OK, and that invokes a browser for us. You see that it dropped from source. It was so quick, it dropped into destination. So this is how you can achieve drag and drop with action class, and if it is in frames, and this is how you can handle. Now, so we discussed how to deal this with web element, right? You can also do with an index. For example, if you want to just go blindly with index in the sense, let's say in a web page there are 3 frames and you want to go to second frame, you can simply give switch to frame of 1. Okay, 0th frame is treated as first frame. When you say frame of 0, driver dot switch to dot frame, if you want to switch to first frame on the web, that will be at 0th index. Okay, so if you want to switch to second frame in the web, you can do it with 1. That's it. So rather than providing web element, you can also do by index, but I would not suggest this, because tomorrow developer if adds one more frame, then this step will go for a toss. And now in our application there is only single frame, I think. So do you have any other frame? How do you know that? This is a little bit tricky, right? So first of all, if you want to know how many frames are present in the application, you know that if there is a frame in an application, it starts with iframe tag. So there will be tag with iframe. So what I'll do, first of all, to know how many frames are present in my application, I'll write simple step. Driver dot find element by dot tag name iframe. So this will give me find elements, all the count of iframe tags in my web application. Simple, right? We know what tag name does. What I'm saying here, go and find all the elements which have tag iframes. If there are 2 tags with iframe, that means I can simply say as there are 2 frames in my application. Based upon this count, I can come to conclusion on how many frames present in application. If there is only one iframe, if I get as output, that means there is only one frame. Okay, you can say dot size. So I'm just giving you alternate way to switch to the frame. Even if you are not sure about that web element, if you don't find that, so you can simply first of all get the count of frames in an application with this tricky step with the tag name iframe that gives us count, and then you can take step accordingly. Click on OK. And you should see something in output regarding the frame count. Yeah, there is only one frame in that website, and that's the only frame is this which we are working on. So you can simply switch on to that frame now. I'll comment out this web element. We have seen, right, how to switch using web element. And now let's switch using index. Driver dot switch to dot frame. As there is only one frame, if I want to switch to that, that will be at 0th index. As I said, at 0th index, first one frame will come, just like array indexes. And now you see that this script will pass because I have switched to the same frame but with an index. Still, script runs successfully. And this is how you can also switch to the frame with the help of index. So how do you know the index? See that it worked. And the index can be known with this tricky step. So you need to know all these, strategies to identify the frame, because you would be asked interview questions, not only at interview, whenever you are working in actual application, and if you don't have access to that frame code, you can achieve that with the help of this mechanism, right? So at the end, last but not least, once you are done with that work, if you want to perform any other action outside of this frame, okay, WebDriver will not switch it automatically. Let's say after dropping here, I want to click on this accept link. Okay, but when you do that, script will fail because WebDriver is still assuming that I was in that frame only, and it always try to identify in this only whenever you ask for anything. Just to tell to WebDriver to come back to the default content, you need to give this step driver dot switch to dot default content. Then it comes back to normal window and it identifies it. Okay, make sure you give this step once you are done with all your actions on that frame component. And again, you can come back like this and do normal operation just like what you do here. Like if you want to click and everything, right? So that's pretty much about frames. We will do one end-to-end practical example on frames in separate section later that involves multiple frames, and that's a little bit complicated, but I have dedicated one entire section to discuss on that, right? Hope you got clear idea on actions and frames, and that gives you real boosting knowledge towards advanced Selenium. Okay, thank you. And also make sure if you want your resume polished with the inputs, you can mail me and I'm happy to help you, because by this lecture you have good shape of learning Selenium, right? So you can drop me a mail with your qualifications and your basic resume so that I can help you with my resume inputs to put this Selenium knowledge. Okay, you can reach me at this info@qaclickacademy.com. Mail me so that I look into your resume and I'll provide my inputs for your Selenium resume content. Okay, right, if you want. Thank you.